Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, Kwahala, Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim, Rakwakadash, double on stead, apostles of great millstone. Shalom to the Yakim out there on the highways and byways, noise in this word abroad, all around the world through the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua. So, I'm pretty sure brothers is all jumping into this, this whole Juneteenth fucking bullshit that our people are intoxicated with, and they actually believe that they're free. In reality, they're not, because all the so-called white man did was, instead of having the shackles on your wrist and ankles, he has the shackles and chains in your head, in your brain, in your mind, to actually believe that you're free when you're really not. Because here it is, you don't know who you are, you don't know who your power is, and you don't know that you're the Most High's chosen people, the majority of y'all. So here it is, you got Joe Biden, buddy Joe Biden right here, signing this bill, making Juneteenth a national, a federal holiday. And you see these niggas in the background smiling, especially the nigga woman back there, They actually really believe that they accomplished something, And this is all just one big joke. Because here you have it, all hell is breaking loose all around the world. There's this calamity all over the world. And now they want to make something like this a national holiday, Like this is just straight bullshit, and our people are just eating it up and getting drunk by this thing. It's just like, here it is, you have an elephant, you know what I'm saying, and you chain up an elephant to like a baby elephant, by the way, a baby calf elephant, and you chain it up to a wooden post. Eventually that the baby elephant is gonna resist that. It's gonna kick, it's gonna pull, it's gonna try to get away from it. But as that baby elephant grows up, and he still has that chain on him, and he's still fighting it, trying to fight it, and he still can't break free from it, And as he keeps growing and growing, eventually he just accepts it, He accepts the fact that he can't move from this. But once that baby calf or that baby elephant reaches adulthood, you'll take the shackles off his leg, but the the elephant won't move. Why? Because his mind is already conditioned that everything he tried to do when he was younger didn't work. So he figured now his mind began to get used to it and accepts the fact that he's there in that condition forever. And this is what happened to our people. That same thing, when you condition our people as many years as you condition them, and throughout generation on generation, to accept it, and we become passive, and this is the condition that our people are in right now. And here it is, they're accepting everything they throwing at them. But the scripture says otherwise, though, because we're still under the hands of our enemies. We're still under the foot of our enemies, So we're not truly free, but, these bonehead negros right here in the background, and these other niggas, and, Jake is going to go all out, this Juneteenth, Jake is going to go all out. Jake is going to fucking act like a fool in these streets. And this is why they got to be destroyed, because, they're just, our people are just far gone. I'm gonna start off with the book of Baruch. Kick this off. So I'm just trying to pull out the scripture real quick. Trying to remember where it is. Okay, good. Alright, so this is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. And it reads, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach, a curse, and to be subject to payments." And aren't we subject to payments in this society? Don't we have to pay for our mortgages, car notes, gasoline, tax, income tax, exile tax, your federal taxes, So we're subject to payments. This is what we got to pay for in this society. Our clothes. These are the curses that the Most High put on us for our disobedience, that we will have to go to our enemies for want of all things, So we're not free, but our people think we are, though. But they're about to be in for a rude awakening when Esau starts coming down on them. Because you got to ask yourself this question: Why now are they're now making this a federal holiday? Here it is. They had all the time in the world, back then, but they choose now to make this thing a federal holiday. This Juneteenth bullshit. In the midst of chaos, in the midst of when the world is in turmoil, all hell is breaking loose. Now they want to make this thing a national holiday. Esau got our people in a trick bag right now. Esau got our people drunk and high, with this, intoxicated with his bullshit. But one thing Esau's not going to do is that he's not going to fool the very elect, which are brothers out there on the highways and byways that's teaching this word in sincerity and in truth, He's not going to have us in derision. He's not going to have us intoxicated with his bullshit, with his trickery, with his fuckery. Because the scripture says this. Because this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. And it reads, "Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." So lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, we're not ignorant of his devices. And this is one of his major devices is deception. Right here. This is a huge deception right here that Esau's pulling upon our people. To have our people thinking that they actually have something. That they have something to be proud of. You know, not only Black History Month, but also the abolishment of so-called slavery, which Esau didn't do away with it, because in the Constitution it's still written down in the Constitution that that the so-called Negro man is 3/5 of a man. You see his fuckery? So on one hand he's signing into law, you know, this national so-called federal holiday, which is to abolish that slavery was forever abolished. But on the other hand, in his Constitution, he still has it in the books that the so-called black man is 3/5 of a man. And not only that, you know, Jake is still getting shot down in the streets, getting killed, you know, and there's still no justice, you know. But once again, our people are just gonna get drunk and intoxicated by this. You know, Jake is gonna go all out. You know, Jake is gonna act like a fool in these streets out here. You know,